help me. You gonna help me? Look. It's not working. Oh, I just cheated. Oh no, you just cheated. Hello, this is Katie from Rust and Stardust Productions. Nice to see you all again. Now you may have noticed we've been quite quiet on our YouTube channel the last couple of weeks, and that is because we have been working very hard behind the scenes on a brand new exciting project. Now this project is about Endo the earthworm. So I've got Endo here, our lovely worm puppet. Now we wanted to make a worm that was quite realistic, or as realistic as we could make him while still functioning as a puppet. So if you notice, he's part rod puppet and part almost marionette, and that marionette part of his body I think works really nicely. Now it's difficult seeing him sort of floating in the air like this. He will be on some surfaces when we come to puppeteer him, but the lovely thing about this is you don't have to use the marionette part. You can hold the end and manipulate him a little bit more controlled in the air for some dance sequences perhaps. Now I say dance sequences because we are collaborating with some amazing musicians who I will link down below so you can get to know them a little bit better. And we are hoping to make an amazing show with Endo and friends, so some other mini beast friends, to the beautiful music that will underscore and be a massive part of the show with these amazing musicians. We have set up a GoFundMe campaign to help us get Endo's story out into the world, educate everybody about mini beasts and especially earthworms. I'll link that down below if you want to have a look at our project and maybe donate. That would be absolutely wonderful. We are doing so well so far. We are so amazingly grateful to everyone who's donated so far and helping us make this project come to life. So have a look down below at all the links there for all the information that you might need. So to celebrate us doing so well and to get people a little bit excited about our earthworm friends who are very important, I would like to show you how to make your very own worm. Not quite like Endo, something a little bit simpler that you can do at home. I want to show you how to make your very own racing worm, like this one here. Now I can't take credit for this design. There have been lots of people who have done something very like this on Pinterest, and I just thought it was a really, really simple, fun thing to make at home with your family. And if everybody makes one, the beautiful thing about these is if you blow on them through a straw or straw-like device, you can make them race across a table or across the floor. So if you're still stuck at home, if you haven't been able to go back to school, or if you just want something fun to do in the evenings with your family, why not race a worm? So let's get started. For this craft you will need an assortment of coloured paper. You'll need a ruler to measure out your design, a pencil, some scissors, a glue stick, and optional extra, some googly eyes to decorate. As always, anyone who's watched my videos before, you know I love a pair of googly eyes. If you've got some in your craft box at home, feel free to use those. So I've got some lovely ones here with some eyelashes on, because why not? So it's a nice simple make for this. So you'll need 2 pieces of paper, doesn't matter what colours. I'm going to use green. So first of all, you need to measure out your rectangle that is going to be the base, the body of your worm. I have tried a few different lengths and thicknesses, and the longer, thinner ones are not as effective. It's better if it's shorter and wider to make it race across the floor. So if you draw yourself out a rectangle that is 13 by 4.5 centimetres, draw that onto your paper. So if you measure it out with your ruler, so 4.5 width and 13 centimetres long. And don't worry about it being too neat. If it's a little bit wonky, it's not going to make much difference. So once you've drawn out your rectangle, then you need to get your scissors and cut it out. Now, if you find cutting a bit tricky, get a grown-up to help you. Don't want anyone losing any fingers. And so you'll have your rectangle just like this. Next step is you need to fold this in half. Then open it up. And you need to take one half and fold that into the centre. And then do exactly the same with the other side. So take the other unfolded side and fold it into the middle. So you should have something that looks like this, almost a bit like a window on an advent calendar that opens out both sides. Then you need to take one side and fold that in half. So fold that into the centre again. So it's getting really thin now. And then same on the other side. So you've got it really small now. Once it looks like this, you can fold it in half. So you're left with a really thin rectangle, almost like a letterbox. Then you need your scissors again and just round the corner. So you're just going to really carefully cut a curve just to round off those sharp corners. So our little mini beast friends don't have any sharp edges. Do that with all four corners. So now you're left with that letterbox shape but with rounded edges. Once you've done that, you need to unfold it really carefully. Once you've unfolded it, if I hold it against my black t-shirt, you can see a bit better. You'll have a bit that rests on your hand or on the table, then a lovely arch, and then the very last segment is flat and rests on your hand or your table like that. So it's almost like a rainbow shape. So worms don't have faces the way you and I might have faces. They don't have a big smiley face with two eyes and ears. In fact, they don't have eyes and ears at all. They use their whole body to see and hear and feel vibrations. But for the sake of artistic license, I'm going to give mine a lovely smiley face. And I'm just going to use a pencil because I like the grey line, but if you want to use a colouring pencil or a felt tip pen, that is fine, that's entirely up to you. You might want to give yours lovely rosy cheeks or a beauty spot or glasses, that is up to you. Just don't flatten out your worm's shape. Try not to touch it too much, just work on the end that you've decided is the face, because you need to keep that lovely arched shape because that is what is going to help our worm race a bit later. Now you could draw your eyes on, or you could use googly eyes, my favourite. Just get your glue and pop your little eye on there. Just get a bit of glue on the back. You don't need absolutely loads. You do get a bit sticky though when you're doing this. And then really gently just press those onto your worm where you want his eye to go. Now I have got my lovely worm's face. If I hold it up, got lovely smiley face and googly eyes, and you could add more if you wanted, but don't go too overboard with this particular make. Normally I say throw the glitter, throw the feathers at it, make it as flamboyant and over the top as possible. For this, you don't want to weigh this down with lots of materials. Best to keep it really plain and simple because you want it to move across the floor or the table. If you've got too much on it, trust me, I tried. I tried to add things to my worm and it got a bit too heavy. So keep it plain, keep it simple. The coloured paper does all the fun stuff for you. So keep it just like that, but you can add the face on there with any googly eyes. That's fine. So our worm is now complete. Now we need to make a straw. Now if you have got straws at home, you could use plastic ones if you have those, or if you've got paper ones or metal ones. Any kind of straw is fine. At Rust and Stardust, we try to avoid using plastic if we can. We don't really buy straws or anything for our crafts. Try to use paper ones. But you can make your own paper one, just like this. So for this, I just have taken a sheet of paper, roll it around a pencil. So on mine, I just started on a corner, put my pencil in the corner and just started to roll the paper around my pencil. So that creates the tube. And you can keep your pencil in there or you can remove it if you start to lose it inside your paper. But it should keep its tube shape. When you get to the end, just use a bit of glue along the corner or the edge, or a bit of sellotape just to secure it in place. With mine, I just snipped off the ends, so you might find that you'll have a bit of a pointy end which can get in the way. If you just snip off the end to make it straight, then you've got yourself a little paper straw. And that, my friends, is it. Now all that's left to do is to get racing. So for this, line up your contestants. You might want to use different colours for different family members so you know whose worm is whose. Same with the straws, you might want to use different coloured straws so you don't get them all muddled up. Line them up for your starting line. Maybe put something like a piece of string or a marker so you know where the finishing line is. And then you just need to blow roughly in the centre of your worm and watch it as it wriggles across the floor or the table, and see who can blow it the quickest across to that finish line, that they are crowned the winner of the racing worms. Should we have a go? So now is the moment of truth. Who's going to be the fastest? Me or Tom, my glamorous assistant? Our finishing line is this pink line right where Endo is, so Endo will have the final word. Now are you ready? On your marks, get set, go! So that is it. It was a nice, quick, fun make today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Endo and I certainly did, didn't we? So thank you very much. If anyone is watching and you've already donated to our amazing cause, thank you so much. We're really, really grateful. We're hoping to make this a fantastic educational show. So I personally don't know an awful lot about mini beasts or worms. I've already learnt a whole lot about earthworms that I never knew before thanks to this project. And if I've learnt loads, that means we can teach everybody so much about all of these amazing tiny creatures that live just on our doorstep, in our gardens and in our parks and woodlands, which is really important. So thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share pictures of your little worms, maybe even videos of you and your families racing them across the kitchen floor. We would love that so much. Just tag us on our social media or send it to us via Facebook or email. Sign up to our newsletter and make sure you like and subscribe our videos so you will never miss a single craft. And hopefully we'll see you in another video very soon. Thank you everybody. Stay safe. Bye. This can focus. Can it focus? Now, worms don't actually have a face. They don't have eyes. They don't have noses. They don't have ears. Or maybe they do have noses. I don't know. So once you've unfolded it, you should be left with. If I hold it. Oh, how do I hold it?